poorly start, but I mean, we made progression in our morning session from last year, which was good, one step in the right direction. The afternoon, yeah, I mean, 1 point out of the 4. I want to say we play opponents that are playing fantastic golf. That's number one. Sometimes we almost invite them to play even better, sometimes. At the same time, we have to face reality and we have a massive job to do. We proved to ourselves we were capable of doing this last year, so the belief is there and there's a lot of points yet to be played for. So we just got to come out tomorrow hungry. I think the players needs to feel some kind of a revenge to kind of feel like they can get some momentum going. It's always hard when you see your opponents making putt after putt and then we don't make any. So I think it's a combination of everything. But at the same time, the Americans played fantastic.
Great. We'll open it up for questions. Please raise your hand and Ben will bring a microphone around. We'll go in the middle over here to Sarah.
Suzann, I know it's always tricky making some of these pairings, but have you really leaned on maybe more statistics this year than maybe you did last year when making these pairings?
Not really. It's a combination of stats, form, and kind of dynamics, and also kind of how we feel. But I always like to kind of base ideas off something that's kind of on paper, and a lot of times we turn it down. At this point, I really, yeah, stats are handy, we all know that, but at the same time, you also got to play with who's playing the best. So there's a combination, but I wouldn't say at this point you skip the stats because it still gives you a guideline. There's a lot of, I think there's more statistic work leading up to this event to kind of prepare ourselves for kind of different kind of options. Because if you start that this week, you'll turn crazy.
And then from, just to speak to Madeline, I mean, obviously made some big putts out there today, and I know she's talked about in the past, she was kind of disappointed with her first couple of Solheim Cups with how she's played. How fun was it for you as a captain to watch somebody that's grinded so hard to do well in the Solheim Cup actually have some success today?
No, I mean, there were, even though it was a tough day, we had a lot of small victories within our team today. I mean, it was great to kind of get Alban and Esther getting their first experience out of the way. I'm sure they will feel a lot more comfortable on the course moving forward. At the same time, you have Anna and Madeline, who kind of got paired together. Madeline kind of finally coming out on the strong side, and then obviously with Anna, with kind of what she's been through over the last year, for her it felt a huge relief for her to come out here today, feel free, played solid, and got a solid win. So within all of it, it's a lot of small victories as well along the way, which kind of means a lot.
In front of Sarah to Kent.
Suzann, I think people would be fairly surprised that Leona can only play up to 3 sessions in this Solheim Cup now. Why sit her tomorrow morning?
You got the pairings. I mean, Leona has nothing to prove to anyone. She's kind of helped us win the last 2 Solheims. And she's been our VIP, like most MVP, solid over the last 2 Solheims. Leona this week, maybe, I mean, if you take away her stat, like her mentality, her game isn't maybe right where she wants it to be. Which at the end of the day, I mean, you got to play form. So I think that's what it comes down to, but she has nothing to prove to anyone. She's kind of done it all and proven to all of us and the rest of the world that she is capable of the impossible. So it's golf, to be honest.
Were you aware of the shuttle delays for the fans getting to the course this morning, and how did you find out, if so?
Well, I was told there were some issues with the transportation coming in. I'm pretty sure that's all sorted now. I think the crowds this afternoon was really, really good. And I'm sure it's going to be super crowded over the next couple of days, and especially with the way the Americans have probably kind of got the energy in the crowds as well. So hopefully you can see even more people to come out and watch some phenomenal golf.
What does it mean to have a hiccup like that ahead of one of the biggest moments for women's, or biggest events for women's golf?
In relation to
not having fans on the first tee this morning, which is one of...
Well, there were fans out there, for sure. Not too many Europeans. Overall today, I felt like Toledo here didn't make a difference. We were outspoken, pretty much.
Thank you, Kent. Do we have any further questions for Suzann? Suzann, I've got your pairings here. What are you looking forward to tomorrow as you head back out to Foursomes Day 2?
I think the players are dying to go back out there and kind of prove to themselves that they are capable of bringing more points to the board. And I think that's the general kind of guideline. You do see some familiar pairings in there. So yeah, we'll see. Hopefully we'll start with the first match tomorrow, and then we'll take one match one at a time. But we have a job to do, clearly, and it ain't going to be easy.
Get some rest tonight. Thanks, Suzann.
Thank you.
We'll be back with Stacy and a few players in a few moments.